any speed.
And a most gracious good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my big retro trailer slideshow. I am so excited to share with you some of the treasures from the trailer and mobile home section of my vintage Kodachrome slide collection, which I've been collecting for more than 30 years. So I've been meticulously going through them, and I have fashioned a show that, well, it celebrates these vintage trailers and mid-century mobile homes like the world-class national treasures that we all know they truly are. I know. But before we get started, I want to say thank you and how much I appreciate your support, because it is with your support that I'm able to keep doing what I love doing, what I was born to do. Oh, yes, I was. Celebrating classic and kitschy American life and style. Like we mean it. Like it so richly deserves to be celebrated. So thank you, and now the show will begin. Whoa. Okay, I better just calm down already. But how could I, with this gorgeous, beautiful, picture-perfect view of Seattle in the background, that sloping street, those charming tract homes, and the all-new for 1959 Bonneville by Pontiac, towing that gorgeous, gorgeous trailer with that beautiful sweep of, well, let's call it grassy green with wheels to match. The people are there, ready to go, get going, and so let's go. Maybe they're going to be meeting up with these fine folks, with 3 giant Queen Anne palms in the city of Long Beach, California. I don't know who these people are, but I do know that I enjoy, first of all, the way they're dressed quite beautifully, and their selection of a fine automobile to pull that trailer. I know. It is the 1955 Ford Crown Victoria, unique in that the chrome strip between the 2 side windows goes all the way up and over to the back, to the other side, therefore forming a tiara. And that is why they call it the Crown Victoria. And isn't that trailer gorgeous with that wraparound banding there? And of course, what we're going to see never enough of in our lives, the hint there, we're going to see more, but the hint of that honey blonde wood inside these glorious vintage trailers. Our first stop, Elkhart, Indiana. Elkhart, Indiana, yes, a manufacturing hub famous for manufacturing trailers and mobile homes. Yes, we are downtown. The year is 1964, and there's Kresge's there, there's Zeisels, and this is where you will find the history of the trailer, which, oh, and by the way, I mean, well, we'll get to that in a second, but I got to tell you that, yeah, I know. It's shocking, isn't it? Like, they have a platform built of, like, I-beams coming together over the main 2 streets in town, and on it, what do they have there? A trailer! I know. Well, actually, it was originally put there in 1963 for the Christmas tree at Christmas time, and it only lasted, well, it lasted less than 5 years, but that trailer is so ready for its close-up. Yes, this is a Utopia brand trailer, one of the many trailer brands that were manufactured in Elkhart, Indiana. You guys, Utopia, I just love that word. I mean, it's like, it's so interesting to find subjects to talk about that will include the word Utopia. I mean, we could talk about some things, but we're talking about trailers right now. But anyway, yeah, the I-beams with their oval cutouts there, ready for its close-up. I know. And speaking of ready for its close-up, we are going to see, well, we might as well start with the beginning of trailers. Hello, the covered wagon. Yes, this was the first, well, it is the first trailer, you guys. I know, instead of horsepower, you have like bull power, don't you? Well, sometimes they had horsepower. Yeah, most of the time they had horsepower. What am I thinking? Anyway, I'm not really caught up in the covered wagon days right now as much as I'm caught up in the first. Well, here it is, the first trailer, about late 20s. This is the covered wagon trailer. That's what it was called. And anyway, we are at the Mobile Home and Trailer Museum in Elkhart, Indiana. I have been there twice, and I will go back as many times as I possibly can, and I recommend that you do too, because it is, well, it's like a wonderland of, well, you know, trailers and, well, and motorhomes. But anyway, we're not going to talk so much about motorhomes because this show is about trailers, but you can see an early motorhome there on the left and a wide variety of different trailer styles, including an Airstream on the right. And as we meander down the little road display that they have there, we encountered a woman that seems like she's a little lost, but I was not. I knew what I was there for. I was there at the Motorhome and Trailer Hall of Fame is what it's called. I was there to bask in the glory of, the glow of these glorious creations. Each one truly a masterpiece of crafting and engineering and ingenuity. Yeah, you heard me right, and you know that already though. I know. Anyway, down on the right there you see, well, I just loved saying the words canned and ham together under any circumstances, but especially when talking about a trailer. That is, okay, we're going to see it right there. Shasta! Yes, first of all, don't you love it written out in your grandmother's handwriting there? And just the whole overall, just the whole overall oomph of it all, the spirit of it all, the optimism of it all, the glory of it all. I know, it's so happy. It is a celebration. Whoever designed that deserves an award. Whoa! And the way it says trailers going off like that, like it's a comet shooting through space. Well, by the way, you guys, I guess we all know that. Really, in reality, Shasta brand trailers are kind of the darling of the vintage trailer world. Here is a fine example in the Trailer and Motorhome Hall of Fame. Yeah. It's a lot. I'm getting crazy because I love these canned ham trailers. Don't you? Let's say canned ham together on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Canned ham. I know. Anyway, in yellow and white and everything, and just how gorgeous that corrugated like aluminum is on the side and everything, and the swoop of the roundness, the comfort factor of that rich curve going around, that window out like that, the name brand up above it, and that door swung open. I know, honey blonde. We're going in, but not just yet, because did you guys know that in 2015, I'm supposed to first tell you that Shasta trailers started producing in about 1950, I think, or was it earlier? My notes were on the other slide and then I didn't read them. I barely have any notes, you guys, and frankly, they distract me, so I'm never going to look at them. But I did write some down just in case, because I act like I know everything, but I actually don't. But anyway, in 2015, a company that acquired the rights to Shasta, because I'm pretty sure the Shasta brand had already gone away in 2005, I think. So it's about 1941 or so to 2015. But anyway, whatever. This is a reproduction. They made about 1,800 reproduction trailers. And of course, they featured the two-tone styling, the famous brand written out like that. And where do we begin to behold the glory of how much we love the most distinctive feature of every Shasta trailer? Well, actually, not every Shasta trailer, but many Shasta trailers, the wings. I know. Trailer with wings. Our spirits soar just at the mere sight of them. Here is I don't know what the little red and white one is, but I sure do like it. It is not a Shasta, and I don't know what's going on here with that 52 Oldsmobile, like playing sandwich getting sandwiched between that and that gorgeous, there is a Shasta in the wild. You can see the wings, that band of V silver that comes down on the front, goes down the sides, does a quickie zigzag for you, just for your pleasure and mine, because it is electrifying and it knows it, so it might as well be it. I know. Anyway, and I also love that it says, welcome to El Dorado County Recreation Agriculture Industry. I know. Anyway, I just had to share this one with you. This Shasta trailer, this was a very late addition. I just thought maybe I just have, I'm pretty well organized in my side collection, but I'm like, wait a minute. I think there might be one place where there might be a couple more that somehow got out of where the rest of them were. And sure enough, in the 11th hour, I found this and I was just like, yes, because look how gorgeous that Shasta trailer is in that rich lipstick red and that glorious cream. Isn't it? I know. You see the fin there on the back, the windows flapped open. Oh, and of course, that rich honey blonde colored wood. This one on the pale side. Actually, it's usually a little more saturated, isn't it? I know. And she's standing there with like a red Dixie cup to match. Where do we begin to behold the glory? Here is a very special interior in any realm of the known universe, wherever you may go. Inside of a Shasta trailer is different than anywhere else. Inside of a vintage trailer is different than anywhere else. And I love the Shasta really the most because they have a unique crowning touch that I love, and I know you do too. And, well, it starts with, I love the kind of gingerbready wood cutting there up above the table and everything. And of course, yes, the honey blonde wood. And who wouldn't love that upholstery fabric, that textured vinyl on the booth. It's a booth. And of course, you know that table goes down. That becomes a bed for somebody or some people. Could be 2, 3, 4, depending on the size of the people. The little stove there, it looks like the Formica on top matches. The little curtains all like clasped shut. I mean, well, yeah, shut, not open. What? No, they're open. Sorry. The curtains are clasped. You know what I mean? That light in the middle, actually, there's 2 lights in the middle. And last but not least, one of my favorite things on the planet is the magazine holder there on the right, that goes like whoosh, and that has that glorious, optimistic, like whimsical, happy, good-looking, and fun S right there to remind you, as a gentle reminder, this is a Shasta. I know. I could not resist showing you this breathtaking scene. It looks like it's already warm, and there's a giant gaggle of all kinds of trailers. Certainly somewhere in there must be a Shasta trailer. But I just love the play of light, the shapes there. Many of them are the Can-Am trailers. I don't know exactly where this is. This slide wasn't marked. But as you can see, the sun is sweeping. The jagged nature is showing its force of power, of beauty. And I love the gaggles of the little people there, kind of in the middle on the right there, and then the other people over on the lower left there. Oh, I know. Speaking of out in the woods, you guys, out in the wild, I should say. This is more the woods. That was more deserty. Hello. But anyway, this is a 1958 Sedan DeVille by Cadillac and trailer to match. Pretty sure by Terry, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do love the brand, Terry brand trailers. Anyway, as I said, I said I was an expert, but I'm not really. I'm a mere enthusiast, but I'm learning, and we're learning together. And if you want to text me later or email me later or message me, I should say later, on Facebook or Instagram, that was whatever. I'm happy to know. Anyway, I love the pompadour on the silhouette of that trailer. That arrow that goes with those 4 red trim pieces. And that kind of free-flowing ribbon, 2 ribbons there underneath that front window. I know. And how much are we loving that? Oh, well, it looks like there's another trailer just like it, like kind of right next door there. But what I'm really looking at, you guys, is that plume of smoke. Because you know there's something wonderful and delicious, and trailer side cooking is so good. I know, but we're not talking about trailer side cooking right now. We are talking about that glorious little canned ham trailer over there on the far left in a rich, beautiful shade of pale peanut butter and cream. Here is another one ready for its close-up. This one in a very sophisticated shade of pale blue with yellow trim, and a lovely young lady there striking a pose. There's nothing to it. And I love, she poses like my grandmother always did, one leg in front of the other. Very glamorama, I know. And of course, again, we'll never tire of just how healthy that honey blonde wood is for us. I know, in every single way. Here we are at the Palm Springs Airstream show, you guys. I absolutely love the play of light on the crowd of people, the palms, the cars all lined up there, especially that peach Mercury there way in the distance, right in the middle. And of course, as a dramatic backdrop way back there, there is no mistaking the way the light catches a giant gaggle, a giant gathering of Airstream trailers. Where do we begin? Here are a few more for your close-up and mine. For your pleasure, a close-up. Anyway, so yeah, Airstream trailers started. Mr. Wally Byam is the guy who started Airstream trailers, and in 1929 he made a very primitive version. Blah, blah, blah. He made a very primitive version, like with a flatbed from an old Ford truck, and he put like a tent on it or whatever. And his wife at the time, they later divorced. His wife at the time said, I'm just not comfortable with that. So he fashioned something like a metal, like a teardrop shaped trailer. And voila, in 1941, that was 2 years later. And voila, the icon that is known as and has been known as for decades, Airstream, was born. La la la. And of course, the gold Airstream was made for his second wife, I believe, Mrs. Byam, the second one. And it was made in 1957, and I hereby do declare that I believe that trailer does indeed still exist. I wonder where it is, because I should have looked that up, and I'm sorry that I didn't, because that is a topic that can be a topic for another show. Where is it now? I love finding these artifacts now, I know. Especially something so unique and so special as the only gold Airstream trailer. Speaking of Airstream trailers, here's one now being pulled by, here we go again, not the Pontiac we saw before, but almost the same one. This one, a two-door sedan. Yes, it is a 1959 Star Chief in glorious white, pulling an Airstream trailer in front of Napier and Sons Seattle Heating headquarters. I know, don't you love that? Power mowers, I love it. Anyway, I'm not sure where they're on their way to, but perhaps this giant trailer caravan club camp it's actually in Canada, the Kamloops. I looked at Kamloops, sorry. The Kamloops Lion Club. I love all the trailers there. Yeah, so they had these caravan clubs, you guys, and they still do. These Airstream caravan clubs, and they've been going on for decades. And Wally Byam masterminded this whole thing where they sometimes went around the world with people with their Airstreams, and these tours lasted for months. And here is a big meetup in Canada, and okay, wait, I better calm down for a second. While we are letting our mouths water over how delicious, those savory pancakes are, and the little sausage. Actually, there's a lot of those little sausage links there. That's a lot of sausage. Okay. I love the patio furniture and the cars and everything. Speaking of the cars, here's some more. The tour continues. Yes, we are. Right in front of us, right in the middle is the 1959 Pontiac again. I did not realize this show was going to be so much about 59 Pontiacs, but how much do we love them? How much do we love that split grill? I know, quad headlights and everything, fender ornaments. And of course, the very next year, the front of the whole entire Pontiac changed totally. There is a 1960 in that gorgeous garnet mist with a white roof. And it is spellbinding, hypnotizing, and very much a world-class national treasure and prize collectible if you can find one to this day. So these trailer camps, you guys, they were massive, and they involved all kinds of activities, including parades like this Airstream being towed by a 1965 Mercury Monterey convertible. And we love Miss Cowgirl USA there with her flip. Maybe she's been watching episodes of That Girl, I'm not sure. And everyone and there's a bunch of cowboys in the car. I love cowboy hats, don't you? I know. But almost as much as I seriously love, and I know you do too, crepe paper streamers. And the world needs more crepe paper streamers, you guys. I mean, as decoration, they are so, well, first of all, they're very versatile. You can do many, many things with them. And including them, take them down the side of your 65 Mercury. This one, I love how they stopped at the door and then put just kind of a bow on the door with some streamers and then continued there at the door jamb all the way back. I mean, lest they should all have to hop over and inside of the car. I know. Anyway, they also had games at these trailer rallies, and I don't know what's going on here. This guy is like a silent movie star. The balloons have been planted like flowers, which how much do we love balloons randomly in a yard? Actually, I don't think they're quite random. I think that they are, they're you know, it's forming a space that you have to maneuver your trailer. You have to drive your trailer around like an obstacle course. And depending on how many balloons you break or not break is who wins the contest. I'm not sure though if that guy is lost or if he's the leader. But anyway, never mind. I love the fact that he's carrying a chair that looks like it was first manufactured in the year of 1886. I know. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I do know this is a safari land yacht Airstream trailer, and on the front of it is written The Kramers, Ralph and Jerry Urbana. Oh, from Urbana, Illinois. They're the Kramers, Ralph and Jerry Kramer from Urbana, Illinois. And it also says on there Seattle 1962, Mexico 1963, and there's all kinds of other names listed down below as though they have been like around the world on one of the caravans, the Airstream Caravan clubs. So, but that's crystal clear because it's clearly stated there on the front of the trailer and we love it. But I have no idea why she is like deep-throating a baguette. Do you? I mean, what is going on here? And they haven't opened the bottle of wine yet, so this party has just begun. I know. I just love this one right here. This gorgeous, glorious desert scene. A caravan of two, if you will, a dynamic duo of Buicks in front, a 1955, beautifully, it's a Century, by the way, beautifully finished, in a mint green and white, hauling, whatever, trailing behind it, an Airstream, and then behind that, the 1956 Buick Century, trailing a matching, that would be a Kinskill trailer. And it's very obvious because of I actually did my research, because of that ziggy-zaggy of two-toning they have done there, which is really fantastic because it virtually matches the zigzag of what's on the Buick in front of it. I know. How much do we love that? Yes, we do. And here is another Kinskill there on your left. And oh, by the way, this is Morro Rock in Morro Bay, California, and I love this scene. I mean, I have a sentimental attachment to that Morro Rock because when I was a little kid, probably about 8, 9, 10 years old, my grandparents had a cabin in Morro Bay right near the water, and we used to go there in the summer and stuff, and it was like you were in a dream. You were in this small little kind of fishing-y, village-y thing, and you had the big rock there, and it was all vintagey, and there was a shell shop. The shell shop is still there. I know, shell shop. Don't you love saying shell shop? Almost as much as seashells by the seashore. Anyway, but we're not talking about shell shops or seashells by the seashore. We're talking about next to the red and white Kinskill trailer, you guys. Are you passed out as much as I am over that polished aluminum and pale pink number sitting there like it owns the place? I know. And then, how much do we love the black and red, always dramatic together, always powerful. And then on the right side of that, we're kind of getting into the more extended long trailers. We'll go there, you guys. But I love the fact that it's like, you know, the front and the back are like this and everything. And of course, yes, that is a 1956 Dodge in emerald and white there. And we're in front of over there is a French restaurant and it looks like it says Fergie's, I think it's a tackle shop. Where you get stuff to fish. Yeah, you know. And that boat going by out there on the left. I know that fishing boat. Love it. Here is this Kinskill trailer up close, ready. Don't you love those two trailers in the background, you guys? I mean, the colors, the amount of colors that things came in the 1950s is kind of the cementing, crowning touch of why I am so dedicated. I mean, among many reasons, the culture of that era, the American pop culture of that era. It was such a colorized era, and the color represented variety, it represented happiness, and it represented, well, just glee. I know, like, you know, yeah, And that's why I'm kind of, well, not kind of, I'm so against the grayification of the world that's happening now. Bring back the color. The world needs more color. But we're not talking about the color right now. We are talking about, on that trailer hanging from the window is a little sign that says the Sunbow. That's what they have named their trailer. Al and May McFall are their names. It says it right there. Al and May McFall. I've never heard anybody like named McFall. Sorry, oh dear. I know. Oh. McFall. The McFalls. May I introduce you? Al and May McFall. I know. Anyway, you guys, oh, this one, okay, that's a kin skill up there. So there's a little bit of rhythm and chain linking to the subject matter here, as usual in a slideshow. I'm not just throwing you out random stuff. There is a through line here, and that is the through line here is that is a kin skill trailer up there, and you can get a better view of that gorgeous, glorious two-toning happening there. But let's talk about the appreciation of the brick wall, a block wall, topped off by that little tiny picket fence and a little bit of planting there. And of course, the trailer on the left. I don't know what that lilac-y purple explosion of upholstery is with a big button in the middle. It looks like a pillow, but why would it be hanging outside? I don't know. Let's talk about the people there. First of all, Mr. Khaki Man wearing his khakis. And you know that quality of that cotton is unbelievable, as is the quality of the cotton that they all are wearing. It's also the quality of the goods of the mid-century era, the styling as well, that sends our imagination into the stratosphere and our level of appreciation into the otherworldliness just enjoyment. Anyway, so she is sitting there with her dog bone T-strap sandals and her chevron stripe blouse, and then we have, I don't know who that lady in the green is over there with her up and down stripes of green and white, paired with matching pedal pusher clam door Toreador hostess pedal pusher pants there, but she is sitting there like she is the queen of Sheba. I love that, don't you? I know. Anyway, now, speaking of royalty, the woman there wearing the dead palm frond headdress, her name is Olga, and I know that because it was written on many of her slides. She and her husband owned a septic tank business in Ohio, and they wintered in Florida in their trailer. So here we are at their trailer park. I'm not sure if that's her Buick there. It probably is her Buick. They drove Buicks, that's right. Anyway, and don't you love that light apricot and white two-tone 57 Ford Country Sedan station wagon? I know. I love the fact they all have cameras. They're all documentarians. And anyway, I know. And the dead front headdress. I mean, it's almost too much for words. I mean, how perfect could it be? That's not easy to hold up, I wouldn't imagine. That must be a heck of a hair comb. But she has like long hair, because there was some photos, a few, where she had her hair down. But she has it all kind of German, the way they braid it and then go over like that. German or Austrian or Swiss. I know. Anyway, so, okay, on we go. There she is again. You can get a little more of her braid there, like I'm talking about. And where do we begin, you guys, to talk about the extreme high level of the power of aubergine when cut into a sleeveless jumpsuit with pedal pusher Toreador clam digger capri hostess pants type length there. I know. Cut in a beautiful cotton, stunning. And then the lady in the middle wears a purse that matches her dress, practically blends in. And then Mr. on the right in his like dressy, but could be a work shirt as well, dressed up enough, but could be a work shirt as well, tucked into those wool gabardine pants that are like, I love the way they pleat on a warm day, especially when driving in the car. The pleaty, I mean, not pleat, but wrinkle, the wrinkles. I know, but we're not talking about the wrinkles right now. We are talking about that trailer. That is a vagabond trailer. I believe the year would be about 1952, 53, or 54. This is a spellbinder of the absolute highest order. We could sit here for an eternity talking about the extreme high level of pleasure that we humans can observe and just be inspired by and thrilled by. The smooth stamp of that top piece, that wraparound front, and that dramatic side swap. I know, it's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. The dramatic side styling and everything, just the form follows functionness of it. Not to mention the paint scheme of lipstick red and cream, and that sassy little bit of that band around along the bottom that sweeps and then goes up and around over those tanks there that I'm never going to call the balls of the trailer, but no, I'm never going to until right now. That's it. But anyway, yeah, and there she is sitting there in another jumpsuit, Olga, in another jumpsuit that she got in the apricot to match her friend's station wagon, because I know she drives Buicks. They always did, as evidenced by their entire slide collection, and that's a Buick right there. What is that, a 52? I do hereby declare. Inside, here she is, and the highlighting reveals more of her braiding situation there. A light cotton blouse in a beautiful yarn dye plaid over a full length chocolate brown trouser. I love everything about this slide. I know, two-tone honey blonde wood. That's a lot for us, I know. But we're gonna, well, bask in the glory of the warm, rich glow of it. It's 7:15, could be morning, could be evening. I'm not really sure, but I am sure that someone's been fishing for salt and pepper shakers. Yeah, you guys, don't you love fish, salt and pepper shakers? That's so Florida, I know. And a little TV there in the lower corner coming around. You can get a little hint of the dinette going up the left side. I don't know what that big, tall... That's not a waffle iron, is it? No, they were already much smaller than that. What is that? It's it might be like a... I don't know. It's an appliance that I just don't recognize. I mean, it's deep and tall. Let me know. What is that? I should know, but I don't. And I love what's in the cupboard. First of all, I love cupboards that have glass in front so you can see inside all the glorious, like those colored anodized aluminum tumblers, that big ceramic platter there in chartreuse, and every other detail. Where do we begin? I know. Anyway, here's where we begin. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned we're in Florida. I think I did. And this is total Florida. The Bay Palms grocery store / trailer park with private baths and boat docks. Boat docks, not boat dots. I do often talk about dots, polka dots, but we're not talking about polka dots right now. We are talking about this beautiful, like, miracle of reality here with a 1955 Pontiac Star Chief and a 4-door stand going by. Or no, it looks like it's pulled over there, actually. I love the Coca-Cola sign and everything else about it, including the car that is driving through to find, I'm sure, their trailer. Yes, and whoa. Okay, this is time for us just to take a moment and just savor this. Well, savor the fact that this actually really happened. Vintage boats, like little rowboats, little motorboats, are heaven. I know. All parked against the bank, parked on the bank of this waterway in Florida, then bordered by matching trailers in various shapes and sizes, and each one with a dramatic palm tree planted in between. Whoa! It's like, well, I know, it's like fireworks. So beautiful. I just want to just leap right in and enjoy myself. And now it is ready for its close-up. I'm frankly not sure if this is the exact same campground, trailer park in Florida. Campground, why did I call it that? We're not camping, although it's kind of like camping. It's like camping in a tent in a house had a baby, but we'll get there. Anyway, palm trees like fireworks, you guys. A shower of them. I love the picket fence. I love the beautiful colorful canvas awnings with scalloped edges, and a vanilla and chocolate dressed man who seems to be a bit lost. But underneath the yellow canopy, a man is waving hello I don't know. Perhaps he's come for a visit. I'm not sure what's going on, but I am sure what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. There is, well, let's talk about, first of all, a trio of young people. And Mr. back there is wearing a t-shirt over I love how the Kodachrome catches the fade of the indigo in that glorious denim that he's wearing. And little Missy there with her white cotton summer shell over a beautiful cotton, kind of a bubblegum pink, pedal pusher, Toreador, clam digger, capri, pedal pusher pant, yes. Shorts on the right, also in pink with a little bit of, trim over the lower hip bone area there, and a very muted turquoise with a rather large collar and rolled up cap sleeve. Love the trailer behind it. The windows all going like this, the tropical plantings, the fact that she is watering, and I know, the watering. I love in slides, I don't care where they are, when someone's watering. Actually, it's just weird because when there's a hose in the picture, it like completely changes the dynamic of everything. But we're not talking about that. It looks like there is a fire in the barbecue, either just dying down or just getting started. Let the party get started. Here it is now. Yes, I love the Spanish moss. Spanish moss hanging from the trees. I mean, when I was in Florida, like driving around, I was like, they're like, oh, we just don't appreciate the Spanish moss as much as you do. And I'm like, it's so beautiful. It adds like this, like you're in a movie quality everywhere you go there, that there's Spanish moss. And there you see some of it there, kind of just wisping along, limping along in the breeze, just kind of lulling the day by. Oh, I know. Anyway, this trailer is so beautiful, especially the fact, I love the two-toning, the blonde wood doors, of course, screen doors. And not to mention the, those two porthole windows on the doors there, and those doors probably having a conversation about how much they're loving the gaggle of people, especially the little Miss Red Riding Hood wannabe there with her lace-trimmed collar and her ankle stripe flats. It looks like she's holding some sage. You know, those bundles of sage that people light and like, la da 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 da. I know. Sage. I know. I don't think it is. But anyway, oh, you know what? Maybe it's Spanish moss that she gathered. I don't know. Maybe she's a tree climber. Some kids are, you know. Anyway, it's time for dinner. And out at the trailer park. You guys, this is all trailer park stuff. You guys. I mean, well, I guess you know that by now. Anyway, I love the way this table is set. First of all, let's just talk about the lady with the triple strand of pearls there. I mean, she's dressed up for the evening. Everyone else is going cash. The gentleman across the table, what is it? 1, 2, 3, several back there. He is smoking a cigarette. And the table is set with all pottery, no paper plates, no plastic. It's looking like. And I love the aluminum tumblers there. The one right there kind of up front is the aubergine. I know, don't you love it? I know, I love those. Back in the day, dairies would give those away with like cottage cheese or sour cream in them. That's what I heard from my great Aunt Maddie decades ago, and I never forgot it because I would ask her about them because she had them. I wonder whatever became of them. I don't know. But anyway, I love the bowl of lettuce there, and of course the relish tray right next with the radishes, the green onions, and carrot sticks. Yeah, I know. Anyway, what's for dinner? Maybe these fish. There are so many ways to hold a fish. Up, down, this way, one-fisted, two-fisted. And I feel so sorry for the guy there on the left, though, because his little tiny fish just doesn't compare to the rest of them. Oh, well, it's not how big your fish is. It's how much you enjoy fishing, right? Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway, swimming. I mean, these trailer parks were, they were oases of relaxation and resting and relaxation and recreation. That's what I'm trying to say. And I love, and leisure time. I mean, this is leisure time central. Right here. And by the way, bathing caps. The lady there like this, she's starting to put on her bathing cap standing there in the middle. The lady in the pool already has hers on. Back in the day, It seems to me that I'm at the right age to be kind of at the tail end of the bathing caps, because I remember my mother would wear a bathing cap, but then all of a sudden, like gloves, like her wearing gloves on Easter Sunday, that vanished and it never happened again. Same with the bathing cap. So I think bathing caps kind of ended by the end of the 60s, but it was kind of like weird that women would put on bathing caps to go swimming, because it's like their hair got wet anyway, so what difference does it make? I know. And you didn't want to go swimming, you wanted to play sports, you wanted to play shuffleboard at the, don't you love that sign back there, trailer court. And yes, last shot of say goodbye, because this is her final appearance. That is Olga, the septic tank dealer out of Ohio, recreating and relaxing in Florida. This is not Florida, you can tell that right now. This is somewhere in the glorious southwest of the United States, which is always so beautiful and picturesque. Don't you love the painted, I mean, it looks like a painted backdrop, you guys. I know. Anyway, and then that is a 1955 Oldsmobile 88. And I'm sorry that you can't see the sweeping side trim on the car, but it is repeated for our pleasure on the trailer, that little canned ham trailer. So adorable. I know. There's just something about the harmony between the car and the trailer that really sings to me. And you, I know. And here is, speaking of Oldsmobiles, yes, this is the 1955. This is the most deluxe Oldsmobile. It is the 98, the Starfire 98, and extra points because it is a convertible, and she is hauling a Terry trailer. And by the way, I love the fact that she goes red with the car, green with the trailer, and blue with Babe the Blue Ox in the background. You guys see Babe the Blue Ox back there? Yeah, they're at the Trees of Mystery in Northern California. I have never been, but that is on my list. I mean, there's so many places that I've never been. But, it's so important for us to get out and explore these great United States, because there are places and moments and monuments everywhere. There's so much stuff. And along the way, between these monuments and moments and destinations, are moments of beauty and inspiration. Every mile, just keep your eye out. Look for the beauty everywhere you go, every day. There is beauty among us everywhere, you guys, but you have to train yourself to look for it. I know. Oh, by the way, I guess she sprained her ankle. She's all wrapped up there. Bless her sprained ankle heart. And oh, I love the fact she's got her hat tied down with a scarf, like so it will not blow away when she's driving her Oldsmobile. And 98, speaking of Oldsmobiles, we're not anymore. We're talking about the 1957 Sunliner by Ford. Yes, and extra points again because it's a convertible. What a gorgeous picture-perfect shot this is. And by the way, again, extra points for the convertible and top down. Oh, I know. I mean, it's like you're driving along and the world is just surrounding you and serving you its beauty. You look around and it's everywhere. You turn around and you're like, oh, the cherry on top of it all. The trailer. That canned ham trailer, I know. And by the way, you guys, extra points for Ford Motor Company in 1957 and 1958 for putting gold anodized aluminum sweeping side spears on their car. And you can see the gold anodized aluminum sweeping side spear is accidentally highlighted in the reflection there. And it also shows that dramatic style line on that Ford. Very mid-century modern, I know. Speaking of mid-century modern, okay, now we're going full tilt. We're doing the station wagon. We need a little more room for cargo, not so much sunshine, and a perfect place for us to put our boat on top. Major extra points for these people. And that beautiful trailer to match behind, the little sun flaps up top. I mean, not sun flaps, air, ventilation flaps up top are open. That wing has been painted on. That two-tone is stunning. It matches the car, which is the 1958 Suburban station wagon by Plymouth. And I don't know who made that boat, but I sure do like it. Especially the fact that in reality, it is color coordinated to match the car and the trailer, and it looks like it has little wings on it, I know. And don't you love her as a standout in a beautiful medium blue. It looks like a simple knit turtleneck over a black pant, red shoe and bag to match, and oh, that's her, looks like a giant Scotty dog there. I know, and a little bit of snow on the mountains as a backdrop there. You want more snow? Fine, be that way. I thought so. You want it really cold? I don't think it is. But anyway, how is it so cold and they're dressed in summer clothes? I'm not sure I get that. But anyway, I guess I need to get around this world a little more to find that out. But don't you love, again, ladies and gentlemen, this trio of amazing, well, it's like harmony. Is that an early Airstream trailer? I'll admit I don't know. It might be another brand that was an arch bitter rival competitor that did not succeed. Maybe it's a bolus trailer. I'm not sure. But you'll let me know. Write comments. And then also, you guys, the 49 Mercury Woody Wagon. This is extra points because the station wagon has wood trim, and not the case of the later wood wagon starting in 1953, I believe, was the first year they went to what they call Dynoc, which is like an adhesive fake wood, which we also love, but we love the real wood, and that is actually real wood there on that 49 Mercury, what we call a Woody wagon. This is a classic example. The boat strapped down on top, and again, matchy, 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 matchy. Speaking of matchy, look at those lovely 3 ladies and the 1 gentleman looking like they are dressed up for summer meets Easter, and here are the ladies now inside that trailer, and no, I don't know what that is there. The light up eyes in green. It has horns, I could see in another slide. I mean, it is some sort of a creature, but very unusual, very unique. And speaking of unique, how much do we all love a little kazoo trio, you guys? Especially when dressed in beautiful summer cottons of blue, yellow, and pink. And as a little twist on the right side there, pink paired with red. I know. Also, the party continues. I love, like, the shape of that trailer. I know, the inside finishing. These trailers inside, you guys, are just so heavenly. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. There's a little bit of chemistry happening here by Mr. Washing the dishes man. Even though those look like paper plates back there, but I don't think they are. If they are, they're used, and why would they be saving them? I don't know, maybe for fire kindling? Anyway, and she's like doing kind of the back too, giving us a little smirky smile. And oh, of course, I think this man wants a little more than washing dishes. So I'm not sure what's happening to the other 2 ladies, but this lady is like, I think that means like, get away from me. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it is. Like, okay, fine. We move on to the Harmony Lane Trailer Lodge. This at 5666 Shule Street in Bell Gardens, California. Believe it or not, it is still there. And yes, how much do we love the awning that almost matches the paint on the trailer in turquoise. The awning that matches the 1960 Dodge pickup truck there. And oh, it says stop, not a through street, speed limit 10 miles an hour. Well, fine, be that way. I love this one, this lady. We're getting into the trailer parks now, you guys. Well, I guess we've already been to some trailer parks, but we're getting, well, of course we would be getting into trailer parks. There's a lot of trailer parks here. This is the 55 Oldsmobile, and the bane of all existence. I mean, the bane of every classic car collector is finding a classic car now that has the mirrors way up on the front fenders like that, unless you are going to be hauling a matching trailer, which would be welcomed by everyone in the universe if you did. We don't like the mirrors up there, but they were there for a purpose, I guess. But how could you see out of them? I don't know. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that outer space age hood ornament. The globe on the front of the hood. I wish we had a close-up. It's the globe. I know. And or are we talking about Oldsmobile spelled out all the way? The Oldsmobile letters practically become the grill. I know. Isn't that amazing? And of course, I don't know who she is, but I enjoy her very much. And I think she is driving this trailer. She looks like she could definitely handle it. And by the way, it is the Westerner trailer. Yes, it is. She wishes she were playing a kazoo like those last ladies were. But anyway, she's not playing a kazoo. And we're talking about, again, the conversation goes back to color. On the front of this, dramatic two-toning, very sharp points there. The lilac and the palest of palest pinkish creams as a dramatic two-tone inspires my imagination and makes my spirit soar. And don't you love how it pairs with a pale blue of that beautiful Mercury special? Mercury, sorry, I've lost my mind. Buick, hello, Buick. I know the difference between a Buick and a Mercury. Don't you? I know. Anyway, so I just had to show this because of the color, you guys. So we're kind of getting into the trailer parks that kind of are a little makeshifty and just have little plots of land. And they're not so, not quite so set up yet, but this trailer is certainly set up. It is striking a pose like there is nothing to it. I love it. I love how halfway the roof line goes whoosh down a little bit. I love the diamond windows and the doors, of course, the honey blonde, the two-toning, especially around the front there, and those two bars of color down the side. Just the way the light is catching, the way the aluminum has been stamped again in the stripes to make it streamlined, so when you're pulling it, it will not resist the wind. I know. I feel sorry for that piece of patio furniture there that's kind of collapsing off the side of the little platform. But the two lovely people there, sitting there in their director's chairs, do not seem to notice. Also, I love the little patch of snapdragons around the tree, don't you? How much do we all love snapdragons? We don't talk about snapdragons enough. One of the best names for a flower. I know, snapdragons. And this is a Spartan tandem, yes, by the Spartan Aircraft Corporation, owned by billionaire J. Paul Getty. And this slide was marked my first wife and question mark. So I'm not sure what's going on here with this dynamic trio of people. I don't know whose first wife it is, and I don't know who the mystery guy is, but maybe it's the guy smoking in the door. I love the way the light catches the cigarette, don't you? I know. And how much do you love the little ruffled lampshade in the window? I am not sure I understand exactly why. Well, the bucket is turned over on top of the trailer hitch there, post. Trailer hitch post, is that what it's called? By the way, one thing that I've been meaning to point out that I haven't pointed out is the little picket fences that often finish the bottom side of the trailer as not to reveal the underpinnings of the trailer, the wheels, and or not allowing anybody, any child, any animal to get under there, although I'm sure plenty of animals could. And probably a kid too if he was clever. But anyway, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this. Where do we begin to appreciate the extreme high level, again, of the roof line that just, and then it slopes down. The living area there, you get a little more headroom. I love the dramatic split in the trim on the side there, the silver and that kind of, well, let's call it what it is, Spanish gold. Isn't that beautiful? Now, also you guys, how much do you love both doors, the windows, 3 windows each, doon, doon, doon. I know, it's like musical. It makes me want to sing. It makes me want to write a song. And also, we have to point out the antennas there on the front. I think, yeah, it's each trailer has one antenna. At first, I thought this trailer had 2 antennas, but no, it's the trailer next door. And the people there, young ladies, full red skirt, and the little boy has a tricycle to match. I know, we love it. Speaking of, you didn't want something so elaborate as a big trailer. You wanted something that's more like a trailer and a tent had a baby. Fine, feast your senses on this wonder of design and construction and engineering and crafting. Yes, and how much do we love striped cotton canvas? We do. Also, we love a giant scale picnic basket with brightly colored plastic cups and dishes and stuff. Looks like it's been stained green on the side to match the stain on the door and the people sitting there. And that looks like a low-liner 1953 Chevy there, a two-tone. I love that picnic table they're on. That kind of a picnic table. They put a tablecloth out. And what is she doing? Like eating the rest of the pork and beans out of the bottom of that pan? I don't know, but I wish I know. Whatever they drink out of that bottle, it's gone. And looks like the ketchup bottle is gone as well. I mean, all the ketchup has gone out of the ketchup bottle. Anyway, I mean, we could just go on and on and on. We could just leap into this world and just stay there for a couple of days and just enjoy all that's going on. And these people look like my kind of party people. Don't they look like yours? It is the gingham and denim party. Yes, the world needs more gingham and denim. Wait, gingham check and denim parties, really. But apparently not everybody got the memo. That's okay. It is suggested, not required, that you show up in denim and gingham check. How much do we love gingham check, especially in red? That is my favorite. Second place would have to be the blue and white, just like, you know, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that movie, when Dorothy is wearing the blue and white gingham check when she sings out with the ruby slippers on and all that. But we're not talking about the Wizard of Oz right now, but we are talking about the over rainbowness of everything that has to do with vintage trailers. I love the fact that 4 of the ladies got fringe to put on the bottom of the skirts. They have vests. They must have made them in the afternoon, like sewing clutch. What do you call that? Sewing circle. Yeah. Sewing circle. But anyway, yeah, and I love the lady in the middle with the bobby socks. It's like, you are the winner. You get the prize. I know. Speaking of inside of the trailers, we haven't been in enough yet, but we're going in right now. We are going to be here for a minute because you need to bask in the glory of the finish of the varnish that covers that absolutely glorious wood stain in that that stain that wood. Yeah, the stain in the wood. The wood has been stained and then varnished with a gloss that when you're in it reflects the glow of you and your life and your existence, and the spirit and soul of your very being gets highlighted when you're inside a trailer like this. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, the magazine rack up there on the upper left, that fan that has been placed up there, those timbre doors for storage, that light in the middle there, looks like gingham check curtains, doesn't it? Yes, it is. Red and white gingham check curtains. Bring out the red and white gingham check. Gosh, I guess I should have worn red and white gingham check instead of stripes. But anyway, also the radio there, you guys, that big radio, that's a deluxe tabletop model. On top of it, a little jar or a tin of candy, hard candy. Then we've got something on top of a can of Planters peanuts. We've got a lantern there in the middle. We've got a plastic covered Sunbeam mixer with matching bowls. Look up Sunbeam mixer, you guys. You're gonna love it. But I'll tell you, the Sunbeam made that mixer for a very long time. However, I will tell you that they definitely did not come all with matching bowls. So you have to, if you can still find the ones with matching bowls, you are the winner. You win the prize. But life is not a contest, by the way. Why am I acting like winning the prize? Just sometimes, once in a while. But, you know, winning a prize lasts for a moment, and then we go forward. I love, first of all, what's going on with the people? I don't know. It's a moody shot. We've got kind of the thinker on the left there, another thinker, Mr. Khaki, Mr. White T-shirt. He's ready for whatever's going to happen. He's cool. He's chill. And little Missy there with the horn-rimmed glasses. Priceless. I know. She is happy, and she is ready for life itself. Isn't she? And how much do we love what they're eating? That is a carton of Hers dairy milk. And the Hers dairy milk, that's from Pennsylvania, so this must be in Pennsylvania. Also, they've got pickles, olives, and relish in jars. And I don't know if you noticed what they're eating, you guys, but looks like, oh, there's rolls. And, oh, that must be part of a hot dog bun. And butter. I don't see the mustard, though. Must be hidden. But anyway, they've got split in half wieners with that are diagonally scored and grilled, and, well, some actually got burned. You can see there. I know. Here is another interior, not quite as elaborate, but nevertheless very pleasurable. Especially those door handles. Don't you love those? I know. The curtains that is like avant-garde. That is mod art on those curtains, you guys. That print says things about us. It tells us, it informs us. And there's like information there. If you look at those, you will become hypnotized. You are living in the future. Also, I love the fact that they have a box of a cracker that I have never seen. It must have been short-lived. Nabisco's Triangle Fins. Bring back triangle fins. I love the packaging. I love that box, don't you? I know. Looks like there's some Velveeta cheese shaped like a blimp there right in front of it. Some other cheese in a block. And looks like slices of American cheese, even though in those days they were definitely not already pre-packaged in plastic. Like, we need that? No more. No more plastic. Enough already. The ashtray in front of the lady whose bra is showing underneath the corner of her neckline there on her sleeveless black top. And also, you guys, in the middle of the table right up front, is that sliced jellied cranberry that is collapsed over on its side a little bit? I think it is. But anyway, they're also drinking 66 beer. And it looks like the lady on the left has had a couple already. Speaking of having a couple, how about a little jug of moonshine? This guy has been thinking about this. He has. He's got his little swimsuit on or whatever. It is a swimsuit, I guess, or short pants or whatever. His little cheap cowboy hat on and his big fake handlebar mustache. Like, that is going to woo the lady. And if not, he's got handy there to present to her a bottle of moonshine. What goes on in these trailer parks, you guys? I have no idea, but I sure do love that trailer in the background there. Not to mention, I love the curtains out of the striped canvas. I mean, you want privacy? You're going to get some privacy there. Also, the fact that the cushion or the padding on that chaise lounge there is collapsed a little on the back, but whatever, we're not talking about that. And you can tell by her posture that she's like, okay, This guy, wait a minute. Oh, this is that same radio that we just saw a minute ago. It absolutely is. And those same red gingham check curtains. This is the same place, but I don't recognize this guy. Anyway, they have made finally the dining room table gets set into a bed, and Mr. T-shirt here, I'm not sure what he's drinking, but I doubt it's apple juice. Anyway, this is another last minute find, you guys. I was going through, at the last minute, I found a little stack of slides, and I thought, wait, maybe these are the misplaced ones that I've been looking for. And sure enough, they were. Space Master is the name of this trailer. Do you think that I wasn't going to feverishly scan this and show it to you? Oh, yes. I love it. Anything called Space Master, anything with the word space in it, anything space age, we love. I know. Anyway, so I love the frame around that trio of windows. The middle one is the jealousy windows there. Is it my imagination or is the outhouse? I'm not sure who that outhouse is for, but it's smiling at us, as is the lady right up front, experiencing trailer and Rambler pride. Her Rambler has got to be a 1962. Maybe it's a 60. Yeah, it's a 62. And it's from Washington, as you can see. And I love that she matches her little cotton poplin navy blue afternoon set with the car. I love that she's matching the car. That just makes all kinds of sense on every level, doesn't it? I know. Speaking of what I don't know, trailers. Yes, it is. This is the Imperial Mansion, built by the Spartan Aircraft Corporation, based in Tulsa, Arizona. Yes, the Spartan Aircraft Corporation was owned by billionaire J. Paul Getty. And the lady there in the middle, I will have you know that I have loved this slide for years. It is this slide came from one of the first collections that I ever found 30 years ago. This woman lived in Los Feliz, near where I live in Silver Lake, and her husband was an oil executive in downtown Los Angeles, and I will tell you, they traveled a lot. There were a lot of slides, and she never smiled. But I'm not showing you the slide because of her lack of smiling. I am showing you for the glory that is the beauty of this spectacular trailer. And by the way, you wonder what's going on next door there in that little tent, that side saddling tent. It is indeed a side saddler. It is for the horse. And these three little girls will not dress alike. The two older sisters will, but the younger sister puts her hand on her hip there, all cockeyed and everything, and tilts her little Dixie cup as to be saying, pour me some more. Body language speaks volumes. By the way, I accidentally stumbled into an ad for one of these trailers today, and it was not in original condition on the inside, and they want $47,000 for it. So, in the beginning I said these trailers are world-class national treasures, and indeed they are. And basically, I mean, how do you even put a price on them? I know. I mean, they're priceless. Speaking of priceless, right here, look at the fine lines of this masterpiece of trailer technology, crafting, and styling. And I love that kind of putty color, the way that beautiful kind of warm sage green just takes the bottom half of the trailer, the round porthole window. Well, I don't need to say round porthole. The porthole window in the door there, and of course the rounded edges of all the other windows you can see there. And there's Mr. right there, very proud because he is an expectant father. Yes, indeed. Again, from many moons ago when I started collecting slides, I found this collection, and I was just, they're a honeymoon couple. Well, no, I don't know if they're on their honeymoon. I hope they're not on the honeymoon. But anyway, they're living like the first year of their married life, I'm assuming. I don't usually assume much, but, or do I? But anyway, she's got her maternity top on. She's expecting. Rockabye, baby. Anyway, now they've got a baby carriage to match their sofa that has a very exciting red flounce on the bottom that matches the glorious exotic flowers blossoming in the beautiful bark cloth curtains that are held in place and framed on top and partially down, a little bit down by the sides. Those window boxes that match the honey blonde wood. What time is it? It looks like 4:20 in the afternoon. There is he's a serviceman. There's his portrait there in the corner. Looks like a little covered dish, a ceramic covered dish. We've all seen those in thrift stores. Those delicate little rose blossoms are typically broken off a little bit, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the little bitty baby. Yes, we are. The little bundle of joy. How perfect for the trailer. Oh, I just noticed up above, on the upper right there, there's two little ceramic elves. Two little ceramic elves. So basically, I mean, they got a kid, and that kid's going to grow up. They're going to need to move somewhere. They need a bigger trailer. How about going to the Californian trailer estates? They're ultra modern. Don't you love that ultra modern and that lopsided, almost, well, kind of free-formy little backsplash there? And it says visitor parking, entrance resident only, office 6 miles per hour is the speed limit. I love that you're going to only go 6 miles per hour. I mean, who is policing that? Anyway, yes, I know. And the warm, rich glow of everything about this slide, the late afternoon warmth of the sun. I love this one too. Now we're no more trailer. Now we're mobile trailer estates. And I love pink cinder block walls, either in the oblongs or the squares. The stars above the word trailer mean so much, don't they? I know. And not to mention the fact that, oh, I love how they accent the thing, that little low signboard entrance marker with that little lamp there. Behind that is a 55 Chevrolet station wagon. And behind that, not one, not two, but 3 trailers gently offset. They are not on the bias. They're not on the straight. They're not even half on the bias. Well, maybe they're half on the bias. I guess that would be about half on the bias. But notice how they're kind of staggered, slanted on their plot all the way back. I mean, that's musical. That's harmony. That's rhythm. That is, well, it's planning. And it's good planning. Anyway, and there's a Cadillac back there. Gotta love the Cadillac. Looks like a 546, 55, 54, or 56. Yes, indeed. Look at this trailer. Now we're starting to get into the trailers that are being, trimmed with landscaping and planted trees and curbs. And you can see the honey blonde stained picket fence underneath this one. And the white rocks there with the diamonds. Oh, I guess we could have looked a little more at the white rock and little, ways that they did little borders and plantings and stuff, which we love. I know. Right up against the slab that borders the trailer for your patio there, a little tiny row of plantings. This is all brand new, but we're not talking about all that. We're not even talking about that antenna on top that looks gold metallic, by the way. Speaking of gold metallic, we're talking about the glory that is this trailer. First of all, it is indeed a long, long trailer, and extra points because it has an awning painted to match And as just for no good reason other than the decorative pleasure of joy, it has 3 stripes to match the darker tone on the trailer. And by the way, look at the 2-toning on the trailer. Whoosh. And then back starting right in the middle, an extra little strip there. And just also, you guys, look at the front of the trailer, the way it kind of goes in and out, just to give you a little woo styling, wraps around down below and all the way down, boom, it goes. Not to mention the fact that not one, but both sets of stairs and the handrail, like someone's gonna fall, also painted to match. This is absolutely spectacular. If you like that, you'll like this. Especially if you wanted some exposed aluminum. Yes, capturing the iridescence in the rich glow of the Earth's atmosphere. You have it right here, but not just by itself, no. Paired with a trio of turquoise ribbons, 2 dark, 1 light in the middle. I know, don't you love kind of the way the two teal ones kind of come to like that and everything? A 55 Chevy lowliner in the carport there. The other side, I mean, looks like this thing could fly. I mean, it's perfect. You pull your car up on one side and you patio on the other, and you bask in the glory of the glow of that rich, gorgeous green grass, the tree that's just been planted, your mailbox there, the lawn furniture, and there are some white rocks there too. White rocks, you guys. I mean, okay, that's another topic for another day, unfortunately. I mean, there's just so much here, but we could talk about white rocks. I love those plants with very space-age plants that are there. And then plenty of petunias. How much do we love when there's plenty of petunias? I know. Inside, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not sure. I don't think this is exactly that trailer, but close enough. It's about the right era. An ashen blonde. This time it looks like we're more getting into a very thin wood paneling of a slightly lesser quality from what we have previously had, that rich honey blonde. But anyway, I got to take a drink of water here. Hold the line one moment, please. Feast your senses on not 2, but, several offerings from the lighting company. You've got short, you got medium, you got long, boom, boom, boom. That's harmony right there. And then you have that little trio back there over the table, lighting the way of those 2 lovely ladies there enjoying the aftermath of dinner. Ladies' conversation, and retired to the living room are the 3 gentlemen. The one on the right, I don't know what he has in his hand. It looks like a piece of small bread, doesn't it? And then those 2 guys sitting on that sofa with the jacquard woven milk chocolate upholstery matching the corner chair there on the lower left there with that gorgeous blonde, dark honey blonde wood side paneling there. But you know what I really love about this this shot, you guys, is that lampshade. That lampshade, because it's like a transparent cactus scene. So when you turn on the light at night, that glows. I have not seen enough of those. I mean, they're not that easy to find. I just don't see them out and about. Okay, fine, time for bed. Yes, it is indeed. From your left, a brown slat. Excuse me, sorry. I'm just a human. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I know. Bodily functions. What are we going to do? Anyway, so I know. The wood slatted aluminum chair there, outdoor patio furniture. The chenille bedspread. That's a lot of work on that chenille bedspread, you guys. Bask in the glory of the design of that glow. I know. The sailboat model up on the wall. That floor lamp with 3 bullet lamps that will point and adjust in any direction that you so richly desire. That tabletop radio, the table itself. That another piece of lawn furniture, this one with the webbing, the woven webbing, which we love. I love the maple dresser, that kind of rustic grass. It looks like almost a grass cloth, but I don't think it is. On top with wooden carved figurines, a black and white picture of a sailboat. Oh, also in the corner there, you guys, the reading lamp. And above the reading lamp, my favorite detail in the entire room, and there are so many, is that, Matador painted on black velvet. And how much do we love black velvet? How much as we love anything to do with flamingos. Pink flamingos. This is a flamingo brand. a Flamingo brand trailer. I love it. Pink, pale pink, a pretty pink, paired with a rich charcoal gray. Isn't that lovely? And, you know, these people that match are, well, they're not exactly, but whatever. They are experiencing trailer pride right now. You know, they just bought it because look where it's parked. I know. Maybe they should park it here, you guys. Maybe it's on its way to the Palm Valley Trailer Village in Rancho Mirage, California. Yes, indeed. They have a TV cable, heated pool, and a children's section. That makes it seem like, you know, the children are exclusively placed in one area. I mean, it kind of gives like jail vibe, but it's weird. But anyway, the children's section, anyway, it's adults only over here and children over there. Maybe so, I don't know. But I do know that you, as much as I, appreciate any spectacular, hand-painted, hand-done script, blue heaven. And don't you love ease like that, you guys? And don't you love light with a darker line in the middle, and then just that bold, simple trailer park font, 39556 Pedersen Road, or do you say Peterson Road? 400 feet to Forbes Lane, right turn. Yes, it is. Also, that's in Rancho Mirage, by the way. I don't know if it's still there. I looked some of these up, but I didn't look everything up. You know, you could get crazy looking things up, you guys. Anyway, but you can, and let me know. But I was going to say, I love the fact matchy dress alikey. Don't you? I know the world needs way more matchy dress alikey. Absolutely. Except he does not go for the scarf and the bobby sock. That's okay. Not required. Just match your top and bottom, or your jacket and your dress, or your jacket and your jacket, or your dress and your dress, whatever the case may be. It's fine, isn't it? Really? Yeah, it is. And then Palm Springs. Oh yeah, we are in the desert, by the way. Palm Springs is a mecca of mid-century mobile homes. And oh yes, it is. This is a shot from, I think it might be Sahara Park, 1955. I love everything about it. The scene is breathtaking. That pink block wall, the impatience in front of that, behind it, the bottle brush, the patio furniture, the swimming pool, that big wide cement deck all the way around it. The little, I guess that must be the restrooms there, with a slightly slanted, yellow trimmed roof line, the palm trees, the umbrellas, and the people. Starting on the left there, I don't know what they're doing, but in the middle, right by the umbrella, we've got a couple dancing, another couple dancing. We're going left, the pair in white, he's shirtless, they're dancing. And then we've got polka dots, and they're dancing. And then the lady on the far left, I don't know what she's doing. She wishes she had a dance partner. Oh, maybe she's taking pictures. I don't know. But whatever is happening here, this is one of my favorite scenes I've ever run across in the realm of slides. Okay, let's look at some of the trailers here in the trailer park. Oh, very, very subdued in a very lovely shade of the bluest of medium grays, isn't it? I know. And I love, again, the way the two-tone is kind of like that vanilla is kind of like, little split in the middle for a little relief of the eye, to give you a little moment of rest, of respite. And how much do you love the Ramada trimmed in a rich, glorious, glowing shade of, well, it's kind of like coral. Yeah, coral. It's coral. Coral. Some might call it salmon. I wouldn't call it a flamingo, but you could, I guess. We'll call it coral salmon flamingo. How about it? Anyway, you guys, but what I love about that sun visor, basically, is what it is. Form follows function. Really, form does. Anyway, is the fact that I love the arrangement of the posts. I mean, they're kind of this way, that they're, a little here in the middle like this, and then you get 4 on either side, and none of them are straight up and down. Always can't your posts, you guys. I know. And the patio furniture to match those 2 chairs there, having a conversation about how glorious their world is there, the wonderland that they live in. Oh, you want more than just a sunshade. You want to try to disguise your trailer in Palm Springs as a house. Fine, be that way. Go for it. And we will love it in every way, every day. This one, I will tell you, unfortunately, no longer exists, but many of these vintage trailers in Palm Springs do still exist. The more typical example is what they call the Ramada. That is a Ramada on the left. That is a Ramada. You basically have a shade above your trailer, so the sun does not beat down on the top of your trailer, and hopefully it keeps your trailer, cooler in the warmest of the warm weather months of the year, which in the desert are getting more and more with every passing year. This is a trailer in a very plain trailer, 1958 trailer in Palm Springs. This is actually Blue Skies Trailer Park, which is very famous. Sorry, I have to take a drink right now. You too, maybe. Cheers. Hey, Anyway, what I was going to say is Chinese modern is happening here. They're going exotica, which we love. Chinese modern, don't we? I know. Anyway, breeze block. They are breeze blocking in their patio area here, and I love it, love it, love it. The white black and the white and black two-tone, love, and the red door. Red doors. Red is the most powerful color to paint a door. It is. Nothing can compare. Not even turquoise. Not even orange. Red is the boom. Yes, it is. Okay, so you guys, miraculously, this trailer still exists. That door is still there. That breeze block is still there. I mean, it's been a little more trimmed. We saw it at the very beginning of its life in like late 50s. I will tell you, I took this a few years ago, but it is still there, this trailer in the Blue Skies Trailer Park. And if you can sneak in, like I did, you can see it. Here is the side of the trailer, and this is just going all over the place in so many wondrous directions that it inspires my imagination and makes my Chinese modern love and spirit soar. It kind of reminds me of, the first time I ever heard talk about Chinese modern was watching I Love Lucy on that episode where she goes over to her friend's house and says that she can't lie. And she says something about like a bad dream you'd have. Lucy says, it's like a bad dream you'd have. Her friend, Marion Strong, had Chinese modern furniture, which I love. And by the way, it's very rare. Early 50s Chinese modern furniture of any era, super rare. But anyway, Lucy said that her furniture reminded her of a bad dream you would have after eating too much Chinese food. And yes, I do love Chinese food, don't you? I know. But anyway, I love this trailer. I love the fact that of all the glory of the design that's gone into the detailing of it, that it says 124. Well, the address, it says it on the trailer, but a mobile home, sorry. It also says it on the electric meter there. I know. It's like, can't you disguise the electric meter or whatever? But anyway, we're not talking about disguising electric meters. We're talking about you think you want to live in Egypt. This is another classic mobile home in Blue Skies Trailer Park in Palm Springs, California. And it is absolutely like, I feel like, singing Walk Like an Egyptian every time I drive by it, which isn't often enough, because it is spectacular. From that curved one breeze block tall block wall that goes around the front there. I love the landscaping, those little baby palms set way down, that little border that protects those little plants right below the window there. Boom, 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 boom. The shutters that kind of go up like that. And then 4 like reminders of what Egyptian life looked and acted like or felt like or whatever. Yeah. And then the Egyptian there in the kind of like wanting to be, but not quite, pyramid shape. Those columns on the right side of the trailer and the one on the carport. Oh, I know. This should get an award. They deserve an award. At the Sahara Park, we were just talking about it in Palm Springs, you guys. This is my favorite trailer park now in Palm Springs. I mean, basically, don't you love they have a camel there? I know. I love whoever painted the eye deserves an award. Don't they? I know. Because it's like all glamorama camel. Anyway, here is a vintage trailer in Sahara Park right now. Sahara Park is a very well-preserved 1955 trailer park. Many of the trailers in there are preserved very beautifully, such as this. I love the Ramada. I love the awnings, the aluminum awnings. I also love the, very minimalist landscaping. But if you're going to do minimalist landscaping, that's fine. Make sure to plant a burst of a plant right in front there just to settle the place in, which this does. Also, I love the mailbox, and I also love that muted mustard yellow and that very muted sage green. Here is another one. This is, I know, looks like almost the same trailer. Many of them, well, the Ramadas, not Maradas. The Ramadas on top were all built decades ago in the 1950s. As you can see, that is an original trailer from the 1950s. Yeah, and this again is happening right now in Palm Springs. This is there now. But anyway, they did tropical plantings, like giant birds of paradise there, which pair beautifully with the rest of the greenery, the palms there, and the very, like, it's kind of like banana cream pie, this story. The little picket fence, too. And the flag, of course, is the crowning touch, hung right in front of the hanging swing for two there. I guess if an unexpected gust of wind came up, that American flag would slap you right across the face and remind you of how proud you are to be an American. Speaking of how proud are they in Palm Springs that they have Palo Verde trees? They're absolutely beautiful. This one, I know, the green trunks. Like, what other tree has that? Palo Verdes. Anyway, this one has been freshly trimmed. They're usually very, like, shaggy, kind of wonderfully weeping willow-ishly. Great, we love them. But I wanted to show you this trailer because I love not only the minty green of this glorious trailer. I love one of my all-time favorite cars in the carport there that is parked there right now. It is the 1959 Continental by Lincoln, a very underrated, spectacular space-age design. Later, Google 1958 through 1960 Lincoln Continentals, Lincolns and Continentals, and you are going to see some of the most outrageous cars ever. Also, you guys, I have to point out something I really, really, really love in the world of cement: stained cement. And back then, it probably still exists. There was a company called Chemico, and they made like 12 colors that you could stain your cement. This green, what am I saying? Being the most popular and almost matches the Palo Verde tree, doesn't it? So I just had to show you this one, not because it's anything other than the very pale, like vanilla meets chocolate, vanilla meets milk chocolate color scheme here. It's not about that. It's not about the close-up of the Ramada. It's not about the bump out on the side. It is about, the vintage trailer, you guys. It's about the fact that this trailer has a license plate. I mean, let's not forget, we call them mobile homes, not trailers, but literally they can be trailed. I mean, this one would not be easy to get out because it's all remodded in and bumped out in. But it also has, those aren't taillights, we must admit. Or are they? I thought they were reflectors. But you know what? I think they are taillights. I want to live in, I shouldn't say it because I'll wind up in a trailer. But no, that would be fine. I love trailers. I have mobile homes. Or trailers. Anyway, I know, they're just so wonderful. I love it. If I have one ever, I'd like one. If I live in one, I'm going to put a license plate on it, black and yellow California plate. I'm going to put a license plate on it to make sure that it has taillights. Speaking of Palm Springs, I love this two-toner. Don't you? Yes, it is. This is what I call the lemon lime, even though that really isn't lime, but you could call it maybe a pale lime chiffon. And yes, that rich banana yellow stripe, absolutely gorgeous. And in fact, more dressing alike. As I said earlier, the world needs more dressing alike. We know it's Palm Springs because the kid, you can just kind of tell by that plant growing up there, very Palm Springs, what you get on the little side of it there. And the big hint is the kid's shirt says Palm Springs. And yes, he's wearing cuffed Levi's. And don't you love seeing vintage denim in all the vintage clothes? Love the vintage, love everything, love all the details. I know. The Vintage Trailer Show, I think this is that same trailer, not the exact one, but the same make. This is current day. This is the Palm Springs Trailer Show that happens every February in Palm Springs. I don't say February anymore, I just say Feb when referring to February. Yes, the Vintage Trailer Show happens every year in Palm Springs. There are many vintage trailer shows in the United States. You just check Vintage Trailer Show and, in your state or whatever, and go. It is a friendly crowd. People are fun, and you will have a good time, and you will get to meet some wonderful, wonderful people like these two right here, and they'll invite you inside their trailer because everyone loves to show off what they've done and how they've decorated and all that. So much fun. I know. And you might even get to see a motorhome. With this one I call the lime green machine. Sorry, we're diverting a little to motorhomes. Motorhomes, yes. By the way, I love the play of color here. That beautiful, beautiful kind of shocking pink there. Of course, the lime green. Now that is lime green. And that golden yellow of the Palm Springs, the modern Palm Springs beach towel over a cage, which at first I thought had a wilted pink and white bunny rabbit in it. But no, I think that's just a towel. Not to mention, you guys, we got to talk about print pants, her print pants. Print pants are wonderful when worn responsibly. Yeah, we love print pants, you guys, don't we? I know. She looks great. Timeless classic. I know. And in yellow, no less. Oh, this is a holiday. The trailer is called The Holiday House. I believe it's from 1961, or is it 59? Anyway, this is one of the most outrageous trailers ever of all time. I mean, one of the things just to start is the play of the polished aluminum versus not polished. That big giant jalousie window there on the side. Of course, my favorite detail of it is the fact that Holiday House is written below. You can see it written on the trailer there below the license plate. Oh gosh, am I tearing up? I think I am. Oh, sorry. I know. Well, I mean, I'm in tears. Okay, hold on. We're almost there. Keep in mind, it's live. Live, everybody. Okay, we're going in. The trailer. Everything's fine. We're doing just fine. Anyway, the most distinctive feature of the Holiday House trailer, you're welcome, is the wraparound front windows. Now, what I heard is that these trailers, they're very desirable and they're very rare. And weirdly, they were built by the same company. They were built by Harry and David. Harry and David, you know, the ones that you get sent pairs of at Christmas, Harry and David pairs. Or maybe you send Harry and David pairs at Christmas. It's those people. Harry and David, I guess, didn't have pairs to send one day. So like, what are we going to do? How about we make trailers? So they started manufacturing trailers. And they manufactured this one for a couple of years. And then they thought, that's it. We already made an amazing trailer. Let's make a really amazing trailer. And they made this. Unfortunately, there were only just a few copies of this. It was called Model X, later known as the Geographic. It was the trailer for the wealthy. It was $8,495 when it was new. Only a handful were built. And unfortunately, a fire destroyed the factory in 1962. So that was it. So if you are ever in the presence of one of these, which I was in Palm Springs at a trailer show, behold the glory, because you are truly in the presence of something very rare. I wish this little rig here still existed. I don't think it does. This is a Crosley little station wagon, 2 doors. Crosleys were a little tiny car built in Ohio. We love them, of course. Probably early 50s. And then the trailer to match is, I don't know what it's called, but I'll just call it the trailerette. And the scene here, mommy and son dressed up Western. I'm not sure why. I had to look at that trailer really up close because this slide is a little blurry, as some slides are. Anyway, and it says on it, El Paso Armchair Travel. So basically I'm getting there based in El Paso. It has to do something with armchair travel. And then I looked a little closer and it says Meston's Travels. Oh, great. Someone's alarm is going off. Okay, it's off. Good. Meston's Travels. And I'm like, what is this? And I noticed the logo on the door. And anyway, as it turns out, this is a little rig of, looks like must be a father, mother, and son that went around and took pictures. They took what I call souvenir slides. Yes, Meston Travels around the world. So they were a photographing agent, a photography agent, if you will, photograph agent. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. For this company that made these slides. I love that, don't you? I know. I even have some of these Meston's Travel slides in my collection, and these are all Seven Falls, which is in Colorado, which, by the way, we talked about in my Colorado landslide show. By the way, there are other titles, other topics. If you're enjoying this slideshow, you will enjoy many of the others. You got to check them out on my website, charlesphoenix.com. But we're not talking about that right now. We are talking about, okay, this First of all, I saw this picture on the wall. This is a picture of a picture. It was on the wall in a museum in Oxnard, California, and I just about died. It's the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, and that sign is still there on the Rose Bowl. This is a 58 Mercury station wagon, super rare, obviously with the trailer you see there, all printed and adorned with all kinds of sayings and like that thing on top, and I'm like, what in the world is this? So I had to figure it out. Some of the things it says is have Arrowhead trailer will travel, look no doors, we can't get out, and you asked for it, an ABC TV. And I'm like, what in the world is this? So I started Googling, and I figured out You Asked For It was a television show in the 1950s on ABC. And this was one of the somethings that somebody must have asked for. I'm not sure who, but apparently this rig here, that driver is literally cannot get out of the car because it says can't get out, look, no doors, and have mobile home will travel. The Nomads, it says on the front. So anyway, apparently they drove this car around the United States and never left the car. That is a stand-up shower there, that thing that goes up above, kind of submarine-ish. That is a stand-up shower there. And anyway, there's bars around the windows. So maybe they climbed, or maybe they were allowed to get in the trailer. I don't know. But this begs more research. This is the only known photo of this. And I wish I knew more, and I know it's a lot. Speaking of a lot, when a trailer has a baby with a houseboat, you have this. Looks like something to do with Catalina. I'm not sure that may be the brand of this houseboat. I do know that I love the orange and white color scheme, the striped awning with scallops, the posts that kind of come out a little bit, and the motor there, and the lady, one of the ladies there, the lady with the white blouse has a cowboy hat and a pistol in her she's packing heat. And also, oh, there's a guy on the roof that's holding his hands up, but he's not even getting robbed. I'm not sure what's going on, but I am sure that is a 58 Pontiac station wagon towing the whole thing. Shady Dell. Have you guys been to Shady Dell in Bisbee, Arizona? Talk about amazing for vintage trailers. It is a vintage trailer park. Well, it's not only trailers, but it's just this vintage environment and is really spectacular. Before you get to the trailers, you see Dot's Diner, which is a real rare, spectacular, world-class national treasure, not to mention mid-century modern masterpiece. It is a streamlined, modern prefab diner that was built in the year of 1957, this particular one, and it is currently open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you happen to go to Bisbee, you want to go there and eat and just bask in the glory of it all. The guy standing there, very well dressed, as you can see. Spectator shoes. Love the two-toning across the shoulder of that very dressy yet casual waist-belted, hand-tied jacket that he has there over his Gab pants. He, I believe, is the owner of the park. He had just pulled up, and I said, strike a pose, and he did. This is what he pulled up in, though, you guys. I know this isn't about vans from the 70s, but I just had to share this with you because you do not see these in original condition very often. I just love it. The candy corn color scheme of it, the diamond window there. I mean, you know, it's kind of a bump out. Just everything about this just reeks of keep on truckin' era, and if this van is a rockin', don't come a knockin', and ease on down the road and all that. I mean, this is just, I know, it's just a moment. Okay, since I put this in, I thought I should put this in. This is not one of the trailers at Shady Dell, which we're still at, by the way. This is a bus, a flexible bus from 1947. Flexible is the brand name of this bus, manufactured in Ohio. Ohio, you guys, is underrated. There's so much there. But anyway, there's so much everywhere. But anyway, what I was going to say is, hold on. Oh, sorry, I just get a little, it's a lot of talking. Hello. Anyway, this bus, I love these buses. They're very distinctive, and you can stay in this flexible bus there at Shady Dell. I mean, have you ever stayed in a bus? No. Have you ever ridden a bus? Yes. Have you ridden a bus like this? Yes, in Catalina Island, they have these buses, and they take you on tours. So anyway, but we're not talking about Catalina right now. We're talking about the Fred Flintstone style furniture right out front there. And, oh, one last thing. This is called Randy's White Elephant. And by the way, I love the fact that the bus has red eyeshadow, don't you? I know. This is the pièce de résistance in the realm of trailers, vintage trailers, and they have amazing vintage trailers at the Shady Dell right now. You can go online and book a room and stay there. This is the 1957 Airfloat, marking the 25th anniversary of the Airfloat Trailer Corporation based in Los Angeles. They created, for 1 year only, the gold Airfloat, and this is a rare surviving example. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was one for sale, I believe, on Facebook Marketplace, probably eBay too, who knows. But anyway, I mean, priceless at any price. Absolutely gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, I'll never forget the time I went to El Paso, Texas, and my friends said, you got to meet our friends. My friends said, you got to see John Agnew, who's one of the, there's a lot here, you guys. John Agnew, one of the kingpins of the vintage trailer world of Funky Junk Farm, said, if you're going to El Paso, you've got to meet my friend Navina and Marty. My friends Navina and Marty, they live in a movie theater and they have a collection of trailers. So we're not going into the movie theater, which is their house, by the way, but this is one of my favorite trailers in their collection. It is a pacemaker. And anyway, here is Navina herself there. And yes, she is. She and Marty make Rocket Buster boots. They have a company, the best, most detailed, most spectacular cowboy boots on earth, Rocket Buster boots. Look them up and look up funkyjunkfarms.com as well, you guys. There's a lot of notes to take here, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about, yes, that furniture. I know. Those legs out of chrome that come back like that, tubular chrome legs. Maybe it's stainless. Anyway, yeah, chrome in the stainless. Don't you love the snack bar trailer there, the Kinskill trailer? Is that a Shasta? I don't know, but I do know that, well, what is she drinking there? I don't know, but the dog wants to find out. Anyway, you guys, speaking of trailers, okay, now we're talking about tri-level trailers. We're getting there, you guys. Yeah, tri-level trailers. I mean, the sky was the limit on the trailers, and this must be, again, the harmonious do-do-do-do-do-do. The doors are singing to us, you guys. The windows, not to mention just that unusual, tone. That trim is going to start on the lower left corner of that window, and swoop down to usher in a little black in the back. Oh, I know. And of course, well, we could go on and on, but how much do you love black, white, and pale ice turquoise together? Yes, you do. I know. Anyway, okay, this is kind of what it looks like inside. Well, this is a tri-level trailer. Anyway, so the people are eating there, and then upstairs you see a little seating area. And okay, I'm about to show you the same seating area. This is the same. They rearranged the furniture a little bit, but gosh, you guys, it's kind of tight up there. Low ceiling, and you better all four be involved in the same conversation, because this is you are going to hear every word the other people say. And I love the fact that, this woman on the right, I guess she doesn't plan to stay long because she hasn't taken off her coat yet. And the two gentlemen, they're all dressed up in their suits and ties, their white shirt, their hats. They are dressed up there, ready to go. And that lady there on the left wearing her lavender dress. Very lovely. Okay, that's not big enough for you. You want the real super deluxe tri-level. So I was doing a show in Bend, Oregon, and after the show, these people came up to me and said, you have to come to our place where we own Flight Camp, we restore trailers, and we have a trailer that you are going to lose your mind over. Come over right now and see it. So, oftentimes after one of my live slideshows, when I travel to do one, there's always somebody that comes up after and says, we have at our house right now, or around the corner down the block, there's something you have to see. And I'll go. Because I'm done. So anyway, I went to their place and they said, they're not going to tell me what it was. They said, we are just going to surprise you. And I trusted them. And I'm glad I did, because look what to my wondrous eyes appeared. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, words cannot express the extreme high level of, just kind of that, as I talk about that optimism, that we can do anything, of the American dream of promise, and just ingenuity, engineering, crafting, and creativity and color and functionality and desirability and commerce and culture. This trailer, where is it now? It still exists. Anyway, you guys, okay, as if we haven't gone far enough, we're getting there. Okay, some people had the crazy idea to do the skyrise terrace in Marshfield, Wisconsin. This was proposed. Yeah, guess what? It really happened. I know. So this was a prototype, and I don't know who these three guys were, investors. The three guys that founded this crazy idea of Sky View Terrace or whatever. I mean, it is just too much for words. And it was not just going to be 3 stories. It was going to be, I know, and look at it from above, it would have been flower power. And can you imagine living this way in your mobile home? I know. Yeah, look at this. Check this out. Yeah, skyrise, high-rise terrace is what they should have called it. Metropolitan high-rise mobile home housing development. Elmer W.J. Frey. Elmer Frey. Anyone named Elmer, you got to pay extra attention to because they need it and they want it. And you want to give them attention because their name is Elmer. Anyway, Marshfield, Wisconsin. I mean, really? I got to talk to the grandkids of this person. America's finest, less work housing development. Oh, and here is the model of it. They made a model of it, you guys, which, by the way, right now you can see, we're circling right back where we came from at the a motorhome and trailer Hall of Fame in Elkhart, Indiana. That is where I took this photo and found out about all this information of these trailer high-rises. But we're not talking about trailer high-rises. We're talking about a more traditional trailer park. And in this case, one illustrated by somebody hired from the New Moon Trailer Company, which I think was in Michigan. Anyway, I love everything about the New Moon, the logo, the wings, the moon, the mobile home, that sign, everything about this illustration is just pure bliss. This is a fine illustration framed for a salesman's office from the 1950s of a New Moon mobile home. Well, they still call them trailers. We might as well just get it out in the open. I guess I've gotten a little too carried away calling them mobile homes. Trailers. And this, ladies and gentlemen, would ultimately become in history for hither and yon, forever and always, beyond and further into infinity, the most iconic trailer of them all, because it was forever memorialized in the legendary Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz 1954 MGM film, The Long Trailer. Yes, so I remember when I was a little kid, I watched this movie for the first time, and the first thing that came to mind, besides total love for the movie, was why are their names in the movie Tacy and Nikki, like Ricky and Lucy? Isn't that a little close? Is that a coinky-dink or what? So anyway, as it turns out, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. This is just like an I Love Lucy episode, feature length, at the movies, and in color. And I also love in that movie when they sing, Lucy sings, but it's not really her singing. I'm just breezing along with the breeze. I love that song. So yeah, even though it could have been Lucy singing, because Lucy was in 1954 a good enough singer to have sung, I'm just breezing along with the breeze, when they're driving. Oh, it's just wonderful. Anyway, here is a long trailer. A New Moon. They are extremely rare. Very few survived. I mean, they weren't really like ironcladly built back in the day, and over the years of going down the roads or whatever, sitting outside in the weather, they're rare. And each one of these trailers, all of these trailers are rare. That's why I was saying they're world-class national treasures, not to mention pop cultural icons of American life and style. I know, and experience. Anyway, my friends Bob and Margot in Central California managed to find one, and here it is, and they bought it, and they were so excited. It was going to come all the way from New York to California, and it was in very good condition. And what happened on the way there? I'll be darned anyway if what happened is, I'm not exactly sure, I'm not sure if anybody's exactly sure, but somehow they bumped into something and some of the siding started peeling off, and then as they drove a little further, it just all started to peel off, or more started to peel off, and then they had to take, we can't transport it anymore, so they took it to a tow yard where they just shoved it off the trailer and left it sitting like this. People, why? Anyway, through a series of exhausting circumstances in the realm of just worry and just wonder, miraculously it was put together, back together. This is Margot of Bob and Margot, who own the trailer, and Stephen Butcher, my friend, who is among, if not the greatest trailer restoration artist on the planet. He built it. You can see it's in pieces behind him there. There's 2 panels there with the windows in it. He pieced it back together. He put it back together to divine perfection. And apparently, as it were, I guess it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because it had a lot of rot inside in the wood, the original framing and everything. And so it's just as well that it all got restored to divine perfection. And here are Bob and Margot Gould right now, the proud owners of the virtually one of the few, if not the only, long New Moon trailers left in existence. Are we going? And of course we are. Here it is. I love the checkerboard floor, the double shaded lamp, and the crushed velvet dinette set there. Turning around on the other direction, the kitchen. Don't you love the way the counter and the cabinets wrap around? Don't you love that special moment in the corner when you are not really in the corner is the bias. I love the cabinet and the sink on the bias. We love the bias. The world needs more bias. Anyway, and then does that make sense? Never mind. Things placed on the bias. I love the vintage refrigerator, the vintage stove, and of course, yes, the flamingo wallpaper. We love wallpaper, we love flamingos, and when it's flamingo wallpaper, it's like, where do we begin? I know. And of course, the checkerboard floor that complements everything continues right onto that right into that bedroom with that perfect chenille bedspread, the little spotlight over there in case you need to see on this side, on that side, in case you need to see what's happening in bed. And of course the TV lamp, the vintage phone, and the picture of I Love Lucy, and of course the red mood lights up there as well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and there was a TV in there. I'm not sure I showed you, but I'm going to show you right now. And what was playing on the TV? The long trailer. Yes, it indeed was. And here it is at night, dressed up at Christmas. The first time I ever laid my eyes on it, I turned the corner and boom, there it was. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You did this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you guys are expert. First of all, you're expert curatorial and restoration people, because you you made sure this trailer that was damaged got restored to divine perfection. And Stephen Butcher, yeah, and they collaborated on it, and it happened. And then they got it and they put it in at their place on display. They called up TrueTone.com Christmas lights that are LED lights that look like old school lights. I know, those are True Tone light bulbs, TrueTone.com, you guys. And they decorated it so perfectly. And I don't know about you, but it makes my spirits soar, and it inspires my imagination, and it makes me proud to be an American. Yes, and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this has to be my favorite trailer slide I ever found. With Yosemite as a dramatic backdrop, this is a 1955 Belvedere by Plymouth, and two-tone. Don't you love the two-tone, turquoise and cream? I love the sweeping two-tone paint scheme. The little girl waving out the window, the Can-Tam trailer there with that very, very artsy two-tone paint scheme. But we all know it's not what's happening outside of the trailer that's as exciting as what happens inside. And that is the moment when an 11-year-old discovers they love the taste of their grandmother's tongue. I know. Yes, and mother is looking away in denial, and driving Miss Daisy is waiting her turn in line. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that it's okay to give your grandmother, to make out with your grandmother and give her some kisses, but there could be consequences. Yes, indeed there could. And with that, my spirit, my passion for vintage trailers and mid-century mobile homes is in the flame of the warmth of the glory of the glow of them all. And this show is dedicated to all of you who collect these trailers, who maintain these trailers, who restore these trailers, and present these trailers, and show these trailers for the rest of the world to bask in the glow of and behold the glory of them all. With that said, thank you all so much for joining me, and you have been a wonderful audience. Thank you for allowing me, again, thank you for allowing me to share my passion for mid-century American style and design. Behold the glory. I'll see you later. Bye, you guys.